Hello, this is Fredowitz. So today I'm going to talk about how different damage bonuses are additive, and I'm going to prove this by using the combat formula that we found in the last video. So back here at everythingrock.com we have this damage equation, and they made a very nice spreadsheet which we can just take a look at here. And in here we can go to the basic troop kills calculator, and we can input the numbers that our marches have in our tests. And if we make sure to stay below these 35,000 troops, and in this test I'm going to stay well below in order to make sure that we get the correct numbers. If we do this, we are going to have the kills from both armies calculated here using the equation from the article. And if we look here, it says damage factor 200. If we go here and check, okay, they have the formula, and we see here is the 2. If we just change this to 4, then that would be a damage factor of 400, and so on. So how did I do the test? First, I wanted to test how damage bonuses affect the skill damage. So here we have this 750 damage factor, and then I have a 100% damage bonus with a 10% chance to trigger. In order for this to be tested, I need to make one fight where I have this skill trigger such that we have the damage bonus active during the active skill, and one where it's not active during the active skill. And before the active skill, I need to make sure that both fights have this skill active in the same rounds or not at all, in order for the test to be consistent. And afterwards I wanted to test how skill damage bonus works alongside damage bonuses to see if it's additive or multiplicative. And in order to do this, I'm using this skill here, which is a 15% skill damage bonus. And in order to test without it, I started with a 5500 commander, and then I did the test, repeated with a 5550 commander, and did the test again. So this way I could do the fight with and without a skill damage bonus alongside the damage bonus. So in order to do this test, I used a level 1 Lancelot with 10,000 troops of T1 cavalry against 5,000 T1 infantry with ULG. And for talent tree, I've been using absolutely none, meaning I reset the talent trees on all commanders and made sure that I had no points used. So let's look at the results. Here we're back at the spreadsheet, and now I've just downloaded it and made a small expansion to it so that it now has more rounds than just one. And I added this part saying, okay, we have the kills from a attack or a counterattack, but now we also have the total kills in this round. So I added in, we have 5,000 troops in Fredek's army, which is the infantry with ULG and Tomo. I filled in the total troop bonuses, the base stats of the infantry T1 troops, and as a start there's no damage bonus and no damage reduction. Then for Freddy Express we have 10,000 T1 troops, T1 cavalry, the T1 cavalry base stats, the stat bonuses for Lancelot, and no damage bonus and no damage reduction bonuses. Then we see that the spreadsheet calculates that Fredx, or the infantry, is going to get 76 kills, and Fred Express is going to get 56 kills. And this totals to these. amount of kills this round. Okay, so in the next round we see now obviously we have less troops, and I'm doing that by taking the troops in the round before minus the kills dealt to this, and similarly for Freddy Express. And then we're simply just continuing this, and we keep going, and then we see here in round 3 the damage bonus from Yulji's 4th skill triggered, and so he now has the damage bonus of 100%, and that is taken into account. It calculates, gets the kills, and we move on, and it keeps going, and then we get all the way down here to round 10. In round 10 we have the attack and counterattack, just as before, but we also have the skill in this round. So I'm using the same number of troops for both armies. But in the damage calculation, we're going in here and see, okay, it's only Freddy Express that's doing the skill in this round. And it's doing a damage factor of 600, so we're typing in 6 here. And now, because the skills turns out to not use the troop type advantage, so if you look here, there's all these if statements, which is taking into account if it's a troop type advantage, which we would normally otherwise have, but here without troop type advantage, the skills, as the skills don't do, they don't have this troop type advantage. And we see here it's doing 163 damage as an active skill. And to round 11, now in round 11 FredX is doing the skill, and we see there's no damage bonus, and FredX is doing 750 damage factor, so we have 7.5 here, no if statements, meaning no troop type advantage, and that equals 234 damage. And we can see it keeps calculating here. Okay, cool, but now we can repeat the test, and we can go here to damage boost, where in this test we had the damage boost active during the active skill of FredX. And we go down here, we see no damage bonuses, and we get to round 3. Once again, here it had the damage bonus. And we keep going, it calculates, and we get all the way down to round 10. And now, again, Freddy Express, 163 damage, just like before. And in round 11, where FredX is using his skill, we have the 100% damage bonus active. And here it deals 467 damage kills. And now one could say, okay, yeah, but the normal attacks dealt more troops or did more kills. So of course now the enemy army has less troops, and so we would deal more damage. But that's not true, because the damage dealt is not depending on the enemy amount of troops. So and we're using the same stats as for the round 11 normal attack, except for this troop type advantage, which doesn't take effect when we're doing skill damage. And so now we see that the skill damage has been elevated to 467 from the 234 damage before. So now let's go here and take a look at the skill boost test. So in this test we had only the Tomogosen skill damage boost during the active skill, and for some reason the damage bonus from Yulji's 4th skill does not trigger until beyond round 27. And here in round 27 we have the active skill of FredX without the damage bonus from Yulji, and the reason we're picking this round for the active skill is because in the next test we'll see here that we have the damage bonus active in round 27 where Yuji is using his active skill, and the damage bonus haven't been activated before that. So we see here that with a 15% damage boost from the skill damage bonus of Tomoe, dealing 201 kills. And now we can move on to the damage boost and skill damage boost. So now we have both, and we see here in round 27 we have the damage bonus from Yuji's full skill, and we see that the number of troops is exactly the same as we had before, and we deal the same amount of. Now we deal a lot more damage here because we have the 100% damage bonus, and we also deal 375 kills from the active skill versus the 201. So we see that the skill here is dealing a lot more damage from having both of them, and if we compare to the report, we're going to see that these numbers actually fit what the kills was dealt in the actual battle. So we can confirm that damage bonus and skill damage bonus are additive, so we can add them together instead of multiply them, and we can prove from all these tests that this combat equation that we've spent so much time on is actually working as long as we have these low troop counts, and we can accurately predict the outcome of any of these battles as long as we stay low on the troops. So while I just scrolled through this report here, I'm just gonna tell you that I'm gonna post another video, link in the description, where I'm scrolling through all the actual reports from the game, so that if there's anything you're in doubt or questioning, then you can just go there and you can check what the actual report says. And other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.